All right, I want to go over a few other problems in the notes that I'm going to work out as we go. So you'll see me kind of marking on these, and it's not previously done like the other video. This first one says, what is the area of the circular ice skating rink with a diameter of 48 feet? Write your answer in terms of pi. So we got to remember that area equals pi r squared, and it wants it in terms of pi, which just means that we're going to have pi in our answer. Oh. All right, so let's see here. If we do area equals pi, and then we want radius, so that's going to be half of our 48 feet, which is 24. So times 24 squared, and then area equals, if I just type in to the calculator 24 squared, I get 576. We typically write that before we write pi, so 576 pi, and then this is area, so we're going to say it's square feet. Okay, the second one says, what is the area of the sector RST? Round your final answer to the nearest hundredth. So sector, that's going to be just part of the circle. It's a shaded part that I just shaded in there. And to do this, we have to remember that this 84 degrees is going to play a big part into that. Okay, so first we need to find the area of a circle. And here we're going to say area equals pi r squared. And our radius is 9, so we can say area equals 9 squared is 81 pi. Okay, then we're going to use the formula, which is the sector area. So that's the part we don't know. I'm going to call it x over the area of the whole circle, 81 pi, equals the arc measure, which is 84 over 360. And then you can cross multiply. I'll do that in green to solve here. All right, so if I do that, let's see if it works. Yep, 360x equals 81 times pi times 84. I'm going to type that in the calculator, 81 times pi times 84. And I think it's going to be pretty big. Yeah, it's 21,375.39642. I'll just say 396. Okay, I'm just going to leave that in the calculator because I know the next step and last step is I have to divide by 360. So if you leave that top number in the calculator, you can just say x equals, take that number, divide by 360, and the calculator will do all that rounding so you don't get any messed up values. And you have 59.38 if it wants us to round to the nearest hundredth. So 59.38. And this is asking for area of the sector, so it's still going to be in millimeters squared. Area always has the value squared. Okay, next one says, what is the area of the shaded region? Round your answer to the nearest hundredth. And this one just says, remember the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So what we need to do on this one is take the area of the circle and we're going to then subtract the area of the sector. Okay, and that should give us what is left. Let's see, is that going to be the best way to do this one? Actually, I'm changing my mind. I think we can take the, sorry about that. We're going to take the area of the sector and subtract the triangle from it. That'll give us this part that's shaded up above. Oops, what did I do? There we go. So let's find the area of that sector. Again, you need the whole area of the circle first. You do need that. So that's going to be pi r squared. So area is going to be 49 pi square inches. And we don't know the area of the sector, so I'm going to call it x over 49 pi. Okay. And then that's going to equal 90 over 360. Now, looking at this, since this is a 90-degree angle, this is going to be a 90-degree angle, and you could also just cut it into fourths. So really, we just want 1/4 of that, and that is what, if you divide both of these by 90, that's what you get. So if we simplify it, I think it's easier to simplify these. We get x over 49 pi equals 1/4. So then if I cross multiply, I'll do that in blue. We get 4x equals, cross this way, 49 pi, and then divide by 4 on each side. If I take 49 pi in the calculator, divide by 4, I get 38.48. 38.48, and that's going to be millimeters, or no, it's not, it's inches this time. Inches squared. But that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for that shaded region. So currently we have everything in blue, and I just want the green part. So I need to now subtract the area of that triangle, which since these are both radiuses, 7 inches and 7 inches, the area of the triangle is going to be 1/2 base times height, or they're both going to be 7. The base is 7, the height is 7. So you can take, I'm probably going to put this all in parentheses, use brackets for this one, and just take what I have in my calculator currently, which is 38.48 inches, and if I subtract, put that in parentheses, 1/2 times 7 times 7, or you could even type in 49 if you know that. This whole thing then gives me 13.98. 13.98, and that's, since it's still an area, it's going to be inches squared. Okay. Next one says find the area of the shaded sector around your final answer to the nearest hundredth. This is very similar to the last one. We need the area of the circle first. So area equals pi r squared. My radius is 9, so area is going to equal 80. Oops, I got 2. Area is going to equal 81 pi. And then the part I don't know is going to be x over 81 pi equals, and then this is going to be the arc measure, which is 75, over the total in circle, which is 360. And then I'm just going to cross multiply. I'm not going to worry about simplifying that one. 360 times x is 360x, and 81 times pi times 75. Let's see here. 81 pi times 75 is 19,085.175. 19,085.175, and it goes on forever, but I'm just going to leave that again like the other one in the calculator and divide that answer by 360. Divide by 360, and x equals 53.01. 53.01, and it's area of the sector, so that's inches squared. Okay, this one says the shape below is made by removing a small semicircle from a larger semicircle. Find the area of the shape. Okay. To do this one, we are going to have to think of this as a whole circle, right? And then a whole nother circle, kind of like that. And so what I want to do is to find the shaded area is I'm going to take the area of the large circle minus the small circle, and then I'm just going to divide that in 2, okay, because it does cut right here on the diameter. So again, think of it as a whole circle minus a small circle divided by 2 to get the shaded region. All right, the area of the larger circle, the radius of that is going to be 6. So first off, I guess we want pi r squared. So pi times 6 squared, which is 36 pi, minus the smaller circle. The radius of this one is, did I say 6 for that? I'm sorry. That's the radius of the smaller one. The radius of the large one is going to be 12. So my apologies. So we'll have 144 pi for that larger one, minus the small one of 36 pi. Okay, and this will give us what the shaded region would be if this was a continual circle like that. But since it's not, let's see here, 144 pi minus 36 pi, 44 minus 36 is 108 pi. If you're watching the last video, I did make a mistake in there saying that the pi's cancel. They do not, just like x's don't. So it's 108 pi, but I do have to divide this by 2. So this is going to be 54 pi for that shaded region. And let's see, the directions don't say anything about rounding, so I'm just going to leave mine in terms of pi. I think that's easier. 54 pi centimeters squared. All right, then the last one I want to do on this recording is the diameter of a pizza that is 14 inches, and each slice has an area of 14.13 inches squared. Assuming the pizza is cut into equal slices, what is the arc measure of each slice? Okay, so we're thinking of this pizza. It has a diameter of 14 inches, which means it has a radius of 7. So the whole area of the pizza, we can say area equals pi r squared, pizza pi r squared. And it's going to be 49 pi if I take 7 and square it. And let's see, what's it asking for? It also says that each slice has an area. So that's going to be the sector of it. So when we do our sector equation, we can say 14.13 inches squared over the whole area of the pizza, 49 pi, equals, and we want to know the arc measure. That's going to be up here, so that's going to be our x, and then on the bottom right, it's always 360. So the x, or the arc measure, is the degree that we're looking for. If I cross multiply on this one, 14.13 times 360 is 374.13. And then 49 pi times x is just 49 pi x. So since we're looking for the x, I have to divide by 49 pi on both sides. And in the calculator, I still have my 374.13, so I'm just going to divide that by 49 pi. When you do that, put the 49 pi in parentheses. Otherwise, it's going to think you're taking 374.13 divided by 49 times pi, which is not what we're doing. We're dividing all by 49 times pi. So put the 49 pi in parentheses, 49 pi parentheses. Hit enter, and that's 2.4. See, I don't think it says anything about rounding. So what's the arc measure? 2.43. Oh, 2.43. And that's degrees. So this pizza is cut incredibly small into very, very small pieces. You have a lot of them. And that's the last one we're going to do. So that is the arc measure of that last problem.